Behind the scenes of a play production, it takes a lot of work to put on a great show. But the work is a rewarding experience for those involved with the play. In 5 weeks, the Northeast Community College Theater Group, Northeast Players, will present their final play for the 2009-2010 school year. This documentary follows the Northeast Players through the process of creating a production, from the practices to the final performance. There are several factors to consider when choosing a show. Northeast Community College theater instructor Adam Peterson describes the process of finding the right play.
The first thing you need to do, especially in an area like this, is to look at who you have for an audience. Our primary audience are some of the older members of the community here, but at the same time I look for a show that might speak to some of the younger generations as well.
The play selected for the production is All My Sons, written by legendary playwright Arthur Miller. It takes place a couple years after the end of World War II and follows the family of Joe and Kate Keller. Joe was a manufacturer of airplane parts during the war with his business partner Steve Deaver. A batch of defected parts was shipped out by their business and used in Army airplanes. As a result, 21 soldiers died because of their airplanes.
They sold a bunch of crappy parts to the military to make money. One of them went to jail. The other one lied in court and got off. The play's looking at the other one. His name's Joe Keller, and the play takes place in his backyard and looks at him and his family and kind of focuses on him dealing with that guilt.
They were tried for the crime, but only Steve was sent to prison. Joe lied and got out of jail. This play is a serious drama, which is different from the comedy productions the players have performed in the past.
On the surface is your standard drama, one that I think any audience can stomach, but underneath it speaks to socialist ideals and kind of the evils of capitalism, which, it has the rebellious spirit that I think can really speak to students.
With the play selected, it's time to start auditions. 2 days are set for the auditions. They begin with a few fun warm-up exercises before getting into character tryouts.
All right.
Yeah, but that's just me.
Bang, bang.
Those who come to auditions are given scripts, but are asked to improvise the characters instead of reading lines. This helps the person think like the character they are portraying.
So that's the first thing to remember. Anybody can play any part. Work with physicality. Work from your body, not your voice. As I was saying, as I picked on Tyler again, with the eloquent lines, all right, don't sit and stress out trying to word your lines the best way possible. You know what I mean? Just say what you're thinking.
What? We all know. Everyone knows. We've been trying to hide it and pretend like it didn't happen, but it has happened. And you need to do what's right.
We've carried this long enough. It's good. If we can carry it this long, we can carry it forever.
He died so you could live.
After the auditions are over, the actors are chosen for the production.
My character was Joe Keller. He was a 61-year-old machine foreman. During World War II, he made cylinder heads for P-40 airplanes. He had a batch that came out that had cracks in them, and as he covered himself in bed, he told his partner Steve to go ahead and weld over the cracks and send them out, which is terribly wrong. Welds will not cover up cracks on engine heads. Joe plays a smart way out. He's on the phone, so nobody can prove that he did it. Nobody can prove that he told his partner to patch up the heads. So he gets away. He gets away scotch-free.
Well, he's a relatively good guy, I think. Spent time in the war, kind of changed him a little bit. But he believes in his father. I think that's the main point in the story, is that he believes in his father.
Well, Annie is, she was an old neighbor of the family, and the Kellers, and her dad was Joe's partner, and the two dads worked together, and her father was sent to prison. she still feels a bit wounded from that, but she loves the Kellers very dearly and really holds on to that old past from so long ago when she was a little kid.
The actors get together for a run-through of lines to prepare the next few weeks of practices.
Let's see here. You'll see on Thursday already this week, bios are due. Now what that means is I want from everyone here, understudies and all, I would like just a paragraph talking about yourself. You know, where you're from, shows you've been involved with, etc., etc.
During the weeks of practice, hours are spent memorizing the lines and perfecting the characters.
I've done a lot of research on my character. I mean, I did a few papers, wrote a lot of Karl Marx and stuff, and a lot of stuff like that just to develop this character. And
The difficult part for me was, well, first off, I had to play a 61-year-old man. That was hard, and playing a serious character. I've never done a serious play before, so that was a little difficult for me, but it was a lot of fun.
To help with the lines, a person is assigned to read off the lines when an actor can't remember.
The language is a little odd in places because it's the 40s, so they structure their sentences a lot differently, but we need to stick to it.
Okay.
Or I don't want you guys to change sentences.
Okay. Well, what am I doing is this.
What I'm doing is this.
There you
Okay.
go. Thank you.
I'm getting my words
I don't have
jumbled.
my script in hands.
What I'm doing is this. See, Larry was reporting missing on November 25th, right?
Understudies are part of the production in case a main actor cannot perform. While the play practices are in progress, a set design is worked on for the production. Theater production classes, as well as the cast and crew, work together with the play's producer and director to build a set for the play.
When we're doing the storm, that you crash the thunder, I'll get the lightning and then follow it up with a crash of
Right.
thunder.
Okay, so
Because that would be good.
so you cue me for the thunder.
That's what I would
Okay.
do.
We'll just swap.
After 5 weeks of practice and preparing, All My Sons is ready for showtime. The production opened on April 29th and ran through May 2nd. In the play, the main character Joe and his wife Kate have sons in the Army during the war. When his trial is in process, they learn that their oldest son Larry went missing. He hasn't been seen since the war. Kate still believes he's alive.
Kate's the only one that thinks Larry's alive at this point in time. She wants everyone to believe with her. She thinks everybody believes with her, so she's going along with the regular life.
Their son Chris, played by Tyler Weisler, operates his father's business after he returns home. He idolizes his father and believes that he had no involvement with the shipping of the defected cylinder heads. During that time, he falls in love with the fiancée of his missing brother, Anne. She's also the daughter of Steve, Joe's business partner.
It's kind of, in a way, like a forbidden love just because of her past relationship with his brother. And you can tell just, by the way that she acts that she still has feelings for Larry. So, or at least just that she remembers the way that things were and kind of still wishes that it was still that way. But, yeah, she loves Chris very much and just respects him and finds him just a very wonderful man and just very truthful and very loyal and they just have a very special relationship because it went back for so many years.
Chris invites Anne back to her hometown so that they can get married. This visit upsets Kate. More problems for the family arise as Anne's brother, George, played by Bryce Anderson, visits the Keller family. He confronts Joe for lying at his trial and tries to convince his sister not to marry Chris. More revelations occur when Anne shows the letter that Larry sent to her to the Kellers. It reveals that Larry had committed suicide during the war when he found out about his father's crime. Ultimately, in the end, Joe takes his own life.
You threw away your son because that's why he died.
Fight, Chip!
Mother, I didn't.
It's okay, Chris. Don't take it on yourself. Forget now. Live.
The show is a success, and the cast and crew members are pleased with the turnout.
Well, I'm quite happy with it. Got some very strong performances out of all the actors. Very good comments back from a lot of the crowd. So overall, I'm very happy with it.
All in all, I thought it was a fantastic show. I mean, everybody pulled together really well in about the last week of rehearsals, and we really started doing really good, and I think it showed through our performances.
I read the script and I wanted it to be amazing, and so starting off in those first few weeks, I didn't think we were going to get it done, and I didn't think we would have the house built. I didn't think we would have our parts, down. I didn't think the powerful scenes would be as powerful as I wanted them to be, but it really did come together in the end, which is amazing how it does, but I'm glad it did.
Okay.
In itself, it turned out very well. I mean, all of us hit our places very well. All of us hit our characters great. Just Joe and Kate, which is Tyrell and Marie. They played their characters to a T.
The cast gets together for pictures, tear down a set, and celebrate their success.